Hey, what's up guys? This is Nathan with Town & Country TV. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the Bronco and what on earth is just holding all these up from being built and you know, what are the options that are keeping it from getting scheduled. I know myself, just like many of you, are still waiting on getting a Bronco or even just simply getting a build date, knowing when it might actually get built. So today we're going to talk a little bit about what those options are that are holding up the production and what we can do at TC Customs to help you guys out if you want to leave those off. You know, what do we have that we can substitute in for that?
Man, I wish I could have a cool truck like that.
You can, you idiot, because TC Customs is giving away a full build plus installation. Go to tccustoms.com/giveaway for more information.
One of the main things that is still holding up production for Broncos is the Sasquatch Package. And I know there's probably a lot of you guys out there or girls that want to get their Bronco and they want it to look tough, they want it to look big as possible, and may not really know what to do, so you just want to order a Sasquatch Package. Well, if you leave that off, we do have plenty of options that we can help you out with. There are a number of lifts that are available now and keep coming available for the Broncos. And so what we did on this truck is it's an Outer Banks, so it came factory without the Sasquatch Package. So what we did in order to give it a lift and some bigger wheels and tires was we went with the Zone 4-inch lift. So nice thing about this is it does give you 4 inches of lift on the front, giving you the room to actually fit bigger wheels and tires than you can with a Sasquatch Package. We do have other options available as well for 2 inches to be able to fit 35s, but on this one we do have 37-inch tires with the 4-inch Zone lift. And this is something that we haven't actually shown before on our YouTube channel, or I don't even think that we've actually put on a vehicle until now, and that is the Mickey Thompson Baja Boss AT tires. Take a look at it, you can see that these have such a really aggressive sidewall to them and really aggressive tread pattern, almost kind of like how the Ridge Grappler has, you know, it's a hybrid tire. It's a cross between all-terrain and mud terrain. That's kind of what this tire is as well. And I was actually really surprised by how quiet this rode, how smooth it rode, and dare I say that it actually, I think this might be one of my new favorite tires. I think I like this more than the Ridge Grappler, and whenever our Bronco finally comes in, this may be a tire that I'm gonna seriously consider. But it is a very good smooth riding tire. It's quiet. It's got a really thick sidewall too, so if you do want to air down and you want to, you know, use, you know, the sidewall here, be able to rock crawl, whatever, you do actually have a really tough sidewall, so that we don't have to worry about anything happening, tearing or busting or anything like that. So the wheel that we chose to put this tire on was the Black Rhino Chase. This is just a simple black wheel, but I think it looks really good on the Bronco. It gives it a tough look. It's not overdone, it's really subtle, but Black Rhino makes excellent wheels. And this actually happens to be a 17 by 8.5 and with a 0mm offset. All right, so another thing that's holding up production on Broncos is actually the modular bumper. So oddly enough, this one was one of the lucky ones to get it, but the modular bumper, and then also you'll see some that will have the safari bar, the hoop that goes across the front of it as well. That is another thing that is keeping it held up in production. What I really like about Ford's modular bumper is it does give you a lot of different mounting points for different accessories. You know, specifically the Ford Performance worn winch. You know, this is definitely more on the high end of options available for winches, but there's nothing like an OEM fit and finish with this. You know, they do have a specific bracket and cradle made for this winch. One of the things that we did, you know, I don't know why Ford doesn't ship or give you the option to add fog lights from the factory when you get this bumper, but we were able to get these from Diode Dynamics. And so you do have a fog light here and then 2 sets of off-road lights. So the way that we have this wired up and turned on right now is that this actually turns on with your low beams. So you don't have to worry about it, you don't have to think about it. You know, this truck did not come with upfitter switches, but you can wire it with or without those. And so we were able to tie it into the low beam. So every time your lights are turned on, then you have your fog lights on as well. And we'll be able to show you too the different modes that we do have available for these. You can have them all white. You can have the fog light white with the 2 off-road lights amber, or you can have all 3 of them amber as well. So you do have some options, but if you do something like this, be mindful of what the legal limitations are with that, and that those other 2 lights are considered off-road use only. All right, so one thing I did want to mention about the winch, you know, is that it does fit on this bumper, but you can see here that this bumper does have front parking sensors too. That is available with the high package and up. So it will have these front parking sensors, and of course, your front camera. So you got to be mindful whenever you're picking that out, knowing that half your front camera is not going to be usable, and these parking sensors we actually have to turn off. So you want to make sure that you're having somebody who has the ability to reprogram these, because you actually have to use the Ford software system that a dealer has in order to permanently turn these off. Otherwise, every time you get in your vehicle, crank it up, it's going to beep and it's going to drive you insane, trust me. So you want to make sure that you have somebody that is able to permanently turn these off if you do plan on mounting a winch or anything like that that will block the sensors. All right, so another thing that is holding up production is actually some of the step options, believe it or not. So this one just has the standard platform or tubular running boards, but there are other ones that are available that are hoop step. And I've never seen one, and that's probably the reason why I haven't seen one, is because it's something that is holding up production big time. So make sure that, if you're thinking about, the different steps that you want, give us a call. Feel free to reach out to us. Visit our website. We do have plenty of options. There's a lot of third-party manufacturers that have some really neat steps out there that give you either, extra protection if you're going to be off-roading, more drop than from factory, just a lot of different options available. Now we're on the back side of the vehicle to show you another option that is holding up production on these vehicles, and that's going to be your tow hitch, your receiver hitch here, and the trailer wiring as well. So that does come as one kit from factory, but that is something that is holding up production. There are a lot of different options available for you. You can get from either Ford, we actually have some of those available, or other manufacturers like Kurt are making trailer hitch receivers for these Broncos. And there's a lot of limitations on the towing ability of these vehicles, so you don't really have to worry about, is it going to be strong enough? Is it going to be just as strong or sturdy as it would be from factory? Because all of the aftermarket ones have the same rating of 3,500 pounds that the vehicle itself has. And so, but while we're back here, I do want to talk a little bit about, more of the setup that we have on this truck. And one of the things is, we talked about how we went up to these 37-inch tires, and it's a massive tire hanging on the back of here, adding a lot of extra weight. These tires actually alone, without the wheel, without air in them, were really heavy tires. So we wanted to make sure that we didn't put any extra stress on the swing gate. So we have this from Rough Country. It is their swing gate reinforcement bracket. And then they also have a relocation bracket as well, which raised that spare up a couple inches. So adding, up to a 37-inch tire with that, one thing you want to think about is if you are going to be doing some off-roading, you want to make sure that that spare tire is raised up some more, so that way your departure angle is not sacrificed. Because we have seen some guys that put 37s on these 37-inch spares, didn't have the relocation, and they're getting snagged up when they're trying to get up out of a ditch or something. So we did add that. Of course, you would be blocking that third brake light here from factory as well. So we really like the clean, simple look of the Oracle third brake light. And so we've got that here behind this wheel. All right, so the last thing we got here on the back side of the Bronco is a new exhaust system. So we're down here trying to look at it, and you can see we got the exhaust from Roush Performance. So you get this massive black tip exhaust here with a new muffler. So we added this in order to just get a nice deeper tone to the exhaust. So even though this is an EcoBoost motor, the 2.7, adding this muffler and this exhaust system from Roush does give it a nice deep rumble, gives it just a better sound and just more enjoyable drive. All right, so I'm gonna jump in, we're gonna go ahead and hear what it sounds like. All right, so one of the things that actually used to be holding up production, which doesn't seem to be much of an issue now, was the hard top. So we had a lot of customers switching to the soft top. But even with this time of year, that may be something that you want to do anyways, or if you plan on taking the roof off and enjoying the nice weather and having the wind in your hair and everything, you want to make sure that you have some compartments that are fully lockable. So we have here from Ford Accessories the deluxe enclosure. So it is fully caged all the way around. So once the swing gate is fully closed, there's no way for anybody to get in. It keeps it fully locked, so it doesn't matter if your top is off, it doesn't matter if someone tries to cut into the top. You do have nice, secure, lockable storage here. So now we're inside the Bronco, just to talk about one of the last things that is holding up production on that, and also just because it is really hot outside and we're tired of sweating, so we're gonna get a little bit of AC blowing on us. But one of the biggest things that's still holding up production, as you guys know, is microchips. That's still a huge shortage, a big issue going on. with the supply chains and everything. So, you know, thinking about that is the more features that you add, the more microchips you have to have. So this one has the high package, which obviously doesn't require as much as a Lux package per se. So the Lux package is one of those things that if you want your Bronco to be built anytime soon, you may want to back it down to a high package or mid package. Great thing is though, you know, you're really only missing out on adaptive cruise control and upgraded audio system and a wireless phone charger. Which, you know, you can add upgraded speakers, you can get a wireless phone charger mount, whatever. So there's a lot of things that, you know, you can still get with the high package, like the big touchscreen, 360 cameras and all that. So, you know, don't be afraid to back it down to a high package or a mid package. All right, so believe it or not, another option that is holding up production on these vehicles is actually the choice of motors. So you have the 2.3 liter 4-cylinder with a turbocharger, and then you also have the twin turbocharged 2.7 liter V6 available, and the V6 is the one that is that's tying everything up, giving it, you know, difficulty for them to produce. So we don't really know exactly why that is. We don't know if it's, you know, a lack of components for that, or if it's just simply the demand. I know there's a lot of people who plan on, you know, adding big lifts and big tires and everything, so they want to make sure that they have as much power as they can get from factory to be able to support that. But you know, this one does have the 2.7 in it, but you know, we've done plenty of different trucks that had the 2.3 in it. You know, that our giveaway one that we did was a base model, and it had a 2.3, and we put 35s on it. And I've even driven some of the 4-cylinders with 37s. And honestly, you know, as long as you know you spec out your gear ratio properly, the 4-cylinder still has enough power for daily driving. You know, getting up to speed on the interstate and everything. So. But yeah, that's one of the other things that's holding up production on these. All right, so there you have it. There's the list of things that is holding up production on the Bronco still. And you know, we're hoping that supply chains will be able to get back to normal, hoping that Ford can ramp up production on these and be able to meet the customer demand for them. But you know, like I said, there's a lot of different things that you can do after the fact. You know, you don't have to order everything from factory the way that you want it. You know, personally, I'd rather save money on my order, and that way it gives me more flexibility to do what I want, and it gets to look different than every other Bronco. You get to add your own little flavor to it and things that you like. So, but yeah, if this is something that you like, make sure to give it a thumbs up, smash that like button, and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss another video. See ya.